You came in peace. You wasn't there to antagonize anyone. And you were just being disrespected at the end of the day, and it was uncalled for. You wasn't so there.
Yeah.
I've got your back on that. Antagonize anyone.
Yeah.
And you were just being.
Although I will play devil's advocate here against myself, I do kind of feel like I overreacted, to be completely honest with you. I mean,
Mhm.
because like he was in a workplace explosion. I mean, his whole fucking life got turned upside down.
Mhm.
Right? I haven't had to go through that shit. Right? So, you know, I do kind of feel like I was a little too harsh with him. I mean that is kind of like one of those things where it's like, if you had been in a workplace explosion and you had all these severe injuries and you had settled for like $1 million, and then somebody comes at you and diminishes you for that, that's kind of fucked up. So I do kind of I do kind of feel bad for doing it. So I do understand why maybe
Because
I
really, it's kind of taking you out of your nature. It's not really in your nature to be,
right
fucked up with people like that. Do you know what I mean? But if you're pushed,
right
then it's understandable that you're going to say some outlandish shit, to fuck a person up. I mean, it is what it
right
is.
right
I wouldn't be too, really, it doesn't come from a bad heart or with malice. You was only doing it because you felt that he was, disrespecting you uncalled for it. And so,
Yeah,
it was
disrespecting my
retaliation.
friends. Right, it was retaliation.
Yeah, it
But it,
was.
but
So, I mean,
yeah,
don't be too hard on yourself.
yeah, but it wasn't really proportionate retaliation. You know what I mean? It wasn't proportionate.
I
Like,
hear what
like,
you're
like,
saying.
yeah, like I will retaliate. I will do that. But in this case, I feel like my retaliation was disproportionate.
Hmm.
So, I totally went for that weak spot and felt like maybe I shouldn't have done that. But anyways,
What's done is
if I,
done.
yeah, if I ever get back on call with him, I'll apologize.
I'm sure you will.
Hmm. We'll see what happens. He might not ever get over it because that's like one of the weak. You know what I mean? It's like
Hmm.
that's that like really vulnerable part of somebody when you go after it. They never quite get over the fact that you pointed it out. So I think it might end up being something like that. We'll see. We'll see if he's got some big balls and if he can accept my apology. We'll see. Time will tell.
Hmm.
But such is life. Such is the Google hangs. Round and round it goes. So Sydney, what do you think? What do you think about this? I want to know what Sydney's thoughts on this are.
I bet Sydney's over there getting
And
high.
my thoughts of what?
Your thoughts on how I came at was it Casey? Yeah. What are your thoughts on how I came at Casey, the workers' comp guy?
I didn't really listen.
Oh, you didn't hear it? Okay,
Not really,
that's
no.
good. That's probably for the best, actually.
You think?
I think it
Oh,
is
okay.
probably for the best that you didn't hear it. You'd probably use it against me in the future. You never know. You'd be like, "You're a Christian and you're supposed to do this." That's probably what you would have done.
Oh, now you're a Christian?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it's probably for the best.
Now I can judge you. I love it.
Exactly. Now I can judge the Christian guy.
Okay, Mr. Christian,
Ah,
it's judgment time.
it's judgment time. I love you, Sydney. I really do. You're an awesome guy. Having said all of this, burping into the air.
Having said all of that, you're blind drunk. Yeah. So okay.
What do you mean? Do I
You,
look like it?
well, you're talking like it.
Am I talking like
yeah,
it?
yeah. Now you're loving me. Now drunk people do that. Oh, hello,
No,
brother.
no, Sydney. I honestly have always loved you, man. I think you're a great guy.
Listen,
Deep down,
any Christian will say
when
the
you get
same thing.
past when you get past that little calloused atheist heart of yours, you are actually a true gentleman and a scholar.
You see how you insult me? You're very passive aggressive. As you're
That
giving
wasn't
me a compliment, you're actually insulting me
that
at the
was a
same time.
sincere that was a sincere compliment, bro.
My callous atheist heart?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's exactly what you have though. It's not
I have
passive
a callous
aggressive.
atheist heart? Oh my
Yes.
God. I need to see a
Of course you do.
cardiologist or something.
No, I meant that sincerely, bro. I think deep down you are a decent guy.
So are all atheist hearts calloused?
Not all of them.
But mine is. I see. Okay.
Yes.
I
It
see.
it is. It is absolutely. And that's not passive aggressive. That's me stating,
Well,
yes,
that's you
it
making a
is
claim that
callous.
I have a calloused heart. Firstly, I don't even know what a calloused heart really is because it's kind of impossible to
Okay.
have one.
Well, it's kind of like when you root for the detriment of a group of people or a certain person. Like when you're rooting for the detriment of somebody else, there's some sort of pain there that's causing that to happen.
Look, all I was doing was saying all the Christians on Easter go to church, pack the churches, pray to God, coronavirus be damned. Just go, go, go. It's what I was doing the Christians a favor. I was
Doing them a favor. Yes.
I was promoting their religion. I was promoting
You're
them
pro- you're
gathering.
promoting
I was
you're
promoting them
promoting the religion,
gathering in
Of
the
course.
throngs and huge numbers and getting very, very, very close together and singing the praises of their God thing. And that's what I
Yes.
was doing. I was only doing Christianity a
Absolutely.
big favor.
Absolutely, you were. I agree.
See?
That's
Now,
totally
now
it.
you agree. So how can I have a calloused heart?
Yeah. It's not calloused at all. Yeah, I take it back.
Thank you.
You were promoting the well-being
No, I was
of
promoting
Christians. And
Easter, which is a big thing in Christianity, apparently.
exactly. That's exactly what
And
you're doing.
on
Yeah,
Easter,
there you go.
you go to your center of indoctrination, and you give them money. They want them
Of
money,
course.
man.
Of course. Of course. Of course.
Your mind control
That's right.
center. You know what they call it? MD. Mind control center is MCC, but they still insist on calling it church. What the fuck?
Oh, okay.
Explain that one.
Yeah.
Explain that one
I
to
don't
me.
know. I don't understand it myself. I don't understand it myself, Sydney.
It seems
It's
like
just gonna have
it
to.
seems like the plague is keeping the Christians away from their communal gathering to pray, where they cannot pray
know.
to pray the plague away.
I know.
But the Pope prayed. He spoke to God, and he asked God to get rid of this coronavirus. And you know what? God acted as if it didn't exist, as if God doesn't exist. Totally.
I know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you totally don't have a calloused heart at all.
Now tell me about this
Whatsoever.
non-existent God that the Pope prayed to and nothing happened.
You have.
But the next
you don't
day,
have a
you know what
calloused
happened?
heart.
The next day, there were lots of coronavirus deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the Pope talking to God.
Mm-hmm.
So
Listen, Sydney.
I made a post.
Sydney,
Listen to this.
I take it
wait
back.
a second. I made a post against the when I saw the headline or the story that the Pope actually prayed to God or spoke to God and told him to take away the coronavirus. I made a post that I am more powerful than the Pope because I prayed to Satan to leave the coronavirus as it is and let us take care of it as the best we can. And you know what? The next day,
Oh yeah.
the Pope's plea to God was totally dismissed and ignored, and yet I was on point with my prayer to Satan.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, there you go. So
You,
don't
you
tell
don't have.
me,
I,
don't
I,
tell
I
me that
take it back.
I have a calloused heart because
I
my
take it
prayers
back.
are answered,
I take it back.
and
You do not have a
yours
calloused
are
heart.
not.
I take it back. You do not have a calloused heart. You do not wish ill of anybody.
There you go.
Yep.
Thank you very much. But I can't trust
Evidence.
your honest because you are a Christian.
Empirically, it's empirically observable that you do not have a calloused heart at all.
Listen, you made a statement
You do not
once.
wish.
You made a,
You do not wish ill.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
You do
Yeah,
not wish ill.
yeah,
You would
yeah.
never pray. You would never pray for
Damn right.
evil on anybody or bad things on anybody.
Only on Christians.
You do not have a calloused heart.
Only
No calloused heart here.
against Christians. I have a
okay.
very,
Well,
very
that's too bad.
acute loathing of Christianity.
I see.
Okay, and it's not it's acute. It's also chronic. It's been with me forever.
Yes.
So I need
You don't-
Christianity to die
But
out. So my
doesn't
pain
mean that
can
doesn't
go
mean
away.
that you have a calloused heart.
See, it's got nothing to do with the
That
heart.
doesn't mean you have a calloused heart.
Yeah, well, you know, you're the kind of guy who said something about throwing pearls before swine or swine before pearls or whatever the fuck, which I don't even know what that means. But you use that as some kind of an excuse for being for having a Christian mindset about something once, and I have no idea what that means. And I want you to explain that to me.
Who would know? Who would know?
What does it mean to throw swine before pearls?
I don't know.
You
I don't know. What
mentioned
does
it.
mean?
You're the one who said it.
Who knows?
You were being battered to pieces in philosophically,
Yes,
rationally.
I have.
And
I'm totally destroyed. Totally destroyed.
Yeah, you were being destroyed logically and rationally, and then you said, "Well,
It's true.
I don't cast pearls before swine," or something like that. But and that was your way of exiting the discussion, the argument, whatever it was. What does it actually mean, though?
Who knows? Who
You
could
know
possibly
it
know what
because
means?
you said it.
I don't know. I don't know.
They'll tell me anyway.
I was
Make one.
I
Make
was
something
speaking.
up. Make something.
I must have been speaking irrationally and religiously.
Obviously, but make something up.
Obviously.
You don't have to say irrationally and religiously because that's redundant to say one or the other.
Yeah, it's redundant. But you know, I like being redundant. Irrational, religious, same thing.
Yeah,
right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. There you go.
Religion is irrational.
Yeah, there it is.
Tradition, on the other hand, cooking certain foods and having certain festivals. That's
culture,
rational. That's totally rational. But to get together to pray to
together
this non-existent
to pray
Sky
to
Daddy who can't even
non-existent
keep
Sky
coronavirus
Daddy
out of the
who can't
church.
even keep coronavirus out of the church. Yeah,
Your
that's,
Jesus
who
got
does
to do
that?
this a little bit better, okay?
This
Say,
makes
oh
no
Jesus,
sense,
oh Jesus who art in heaven,
yeah.
you're a big fucking cunt for not doing anything about the coronavirus.
Why would the rain? Oh, why would the rain fall?
Let's have a prayer to Jesus.
Why?
Let's have a vengeance prayer to Jesus.
Why would the rain?
Jesus,
why would the rain fall on the
fucking
just
cunt.
and the unjust? Why would that even happen? That doesn't make any sense. The rain is only supposed to fall on the unjust, not the just, right?
To that. When you start
Isn't that how it's supposed? Isn't that how it's
preaching
supposed to work?
Christianity, it's horrible. It just.
Well, no, I just thought that rain is supposed to fall on the unjust, not the just. Does rain happen? Does rain fall? Does rain fall when you're outside?
The rain. Nature dictates the winds. Therefore,
Yes.
whoever it falls on, it happens to be under the rain. It falls on.
Oh,
Jesus
really?
Christ.
So
Yeah.
So rain
Especially
falls when
if they
you're
don't
outside.
have an umbrella. But if they have an umbrella,
Rain
boom,
falls when you're
they are
outside,
actually
and rain
saved
falls when
with an
I'm
umbrella.
outside. And so sometimes the rain just sort of falls wherever you happen to be, whether you're just or unjust. Is that what you're telling me? Stop preaching at me. Oh, my atheist friend. You are fun. You're muted. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not. I had to go and check on the animals.
Oh, okay. You
My
gotta keep
dog,
those in.
my dog,
Does the rain?
and the neighbor's
Does the rain?
cat
Does
are
the rain
playing,
fall
and
on
the
them?
rain's only falling on the cat.
Does the rain fall on? Oh, the rain
Just on
only
the
falls on the
cat.
cats, not the
The
dog.
rain's not falling on the dog, just on the cat.
Just on the cats. Okay,
Yes.
I gotcha. Well, that's fair.
You see how that even makes sense. Nothing that you say or claim, for that matter,
Hmm.
makes sense.
Yeah,
I kind of wonder if
that's
that's kind of what you really want.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what you
yeah.
want.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Hmm. Huh.
this makes sense. Let's see here.
What are you doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
You said, let's see here.
Oh, I'm moving things around.
See, have you got like some kind of OCD problem there, dude?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Well, we can do therapy and do a therapy session right here and right now.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
No,
Okay.
go ahead, start talking.
Um, I was traumatized by an atheist as a child, and now I have problems with atheists. What can I do about this?
I would stay away from atheists. I would go to
Hmm.
church, mingle as much
Hmm.
as you can with other churchgoers and Christians,
Hmm.
and stay away
Okay.
from the atheists because they will throw reason and ration
I don't want that. See, that's what
and
traumatized me,
rational
though.
thinking and critical thinking, and they'll drive you nuts with their logic. So what you
That,
do is go to church, mingle with
yeah,
Christians, have offspring, and lower the general IQ of the global population. Go ahead.
I see.
Go right ahead.
This will be therapeutic for me.
I don't know. Just my suggestion.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I can't suggest anything. What's the matter with
You
What's the
can.
matter with you?
I appreciate you looking out for me.
I'm not looking out for you.
Why not?
Oh, I have to look out for you because you love me, right?
Yeah, I love you, man.
It's so sweet.
Okay. Let's see. Get in there, bitch. Get in there.
I'm
This
surprised
button doesn't.
that during
This button doesn't ever want to go in.
I'm surprised that during this that we've been locked down. How long have we been locked down for?
I think it's been like 5 or 6 weeks, hasn't it?
Oh, it has been at least at least the last 3 weeks of March, or at least the whole of March, maybe the last 3 weeks.
Is
of
that how
March.
long? It feels like it's been longer, but
Well,
can't quite
okay,
remember.
it
I guess
wasn't very
that sort of
long.
makes sense because I remember going out.
Yeah.
I went out on the Sunday right before the lockdown. We went to an arcade. We played these. I went out with Megan and her 3 daughters. Like literally the day before the lockdown, we went out on the Sunday to an arcade and we played laser tag,
Mm-hmm.
putt putt, and then the very next day it all got locked down.
Yeah.
It all got shut down the
It was
very next day.
crazy.
So we felt lucky that we got to have one last hurrah. And we also played this VR game, right? Where you put on the what do you call it? What are those goggles? The VR goggles. Yeah, we got to put on the VR goggles. And oh my God, her daughter got so freaked out. We played this zombie game. It was like this zombie shooter,
Yeah.
like first person shooter.
Yeah.
And she was just bawling her eyes out. Actually, I think I got some video of it.
Why would you be bawling your eyes out?
Because because we didn't realize that it was going to be this freaky.
How old is this child?
She's in kindergarten.
Oh, yeah, that could be really scary.
Her middle child and her eighth grade child.
Yeah.
They were fine with it. They were freaked out. I was fucking freaked out, bro. As a grown ass man, I was freaked out. But no, I felt so bad. This is not something a kindergartner should have to have gone through.
So
But
wow. So how was the trauma handled?
we just laughed at it. That's see, Megan and I, we are of the same mind.
No, I'm talking about from the child's point of view. How was the child's trauma handled?
Oh, we laughed at her.
You laughed at the child?
Yeah, we laughed at her and gave her a hug.
Was she okay?
Yeah, she was fine.
She's not going to be traumatized later on in life?
She's not going to be traumatized at all.
Good. All right, let me just mark this.
Yeah, she went on to be just
on
fine.
her file, which is going to follow her around for the rest of her life.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be like that. No, but in this VR game with the goggles and shit like that, it was a first-person shooter, and these zombies or like undead or something, they were coming at you and you had to shoot them. And like about 3 or 4 minutes into the game, they start to rush you, right? And when they rush you, they get right up in your face, and I was freaking out. I was like, "Oh, die, motherfucker!" I was just like squeezing the trigger, die. But if I was a kindergartner, oh my god! And Megan took some video footage of it. I think I got it on my cell phone. Let me see if I can share it. Why
don't you?
Oh, I felt so bad. I felt so bad for her, but she got over it. She's fine.
I hope so.
Oh, she is. Oh, I think I found it. Okay. So here's the setup. Let me see if I can find the video footage of her crying afterwards, because